Okay, hi guys. So this was the last week of the project, so time to finish up with everything. I actually finished the goals that I had for the project last week, so a week ago. And so I decided that with the free time I had, or the time I had set aside for the project, I would explore some different areas that I thought could maybe improve what I had that I hadn't initially thought of at the start. Like, this was really because I didn't know a lot about rootkits at the start, and now, hey, this is something new that I can do that will improve what I have essentially. So this is really going to sort of be in two parts. I just want to go over quickly the KLD unload. Oh, sorry, how we hide our module from KLD stat, and then I'll give you like a demonstration that proves reboot persistence. So I will turn the machine off, have it reboot, and then demonstrate some functionality without logging in and touching the FreeBSD machine. So it'll just boot up, and then we'll still be able to get a remote shell only by sending a packet to the machine. So the other thing I kind of wanted to explore that I didn't have time to was hiding TCP ports. So this wasn't something. This was like a stretch goal, right? Like something else I wanted to try after I got everything finished. And the reason for that is if you've got that reverse shell, there's a TCP connection that a system administrator can see. It's very easy for them to see all the connections. You need to hide that connection, otherwise they're going to see that, hey, the computer is currently connecting to a machine that I've never seen before. There's something suspicious going on here. I'm going to reformat and reinstall my operating system, and we lose our rootkit, right? So that was something I wanted to explore. It was something that I didn't think would be very difficult to do. It seems quite easy, or it did seem quite easy. So the book I've been reading, BSD Rootkits, has some code in there for that. Unfortunately, the book was written close to 15 years ago now, and BSD or FreeBSD has undergone quite a few changes in that time. So I don't think I think it's still possible to do it, to hide TCP ports. It's just a lot different now than from how the book had it. That's been an ongoing issue throughout the project, but I don't think I've got the time to go through and figure out how to do that. What I did have time to do though was hide from KLD stat, which I will show you later. But the code to do this is really simple. We just need to import some stuff from just external references to the module struct, and then like the tail and this KLD mutex. So if we come down to the load, that's really where it all happens. This is just so that when we type in KLD load into the machine, it gets called here. So we gain mutual access by doing mutex lock on giant and KLD mutex. We decrement the reference count, and then we just do a for each through each linker file. So that is the KO file. And we say if the file name for that linker file equals the one I want to get rid of, which is icmp.ko, then we will decrement the file ID and we remove it from the list. That's pretty much it. Then we can just unlock the locks that we did lock, and we again go through here and say, are there any modules that look a little bit suspicious, i.e. they're called ICMP? If so, get rid of them. That's it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch to Kali. We're going to boot the machine up, and I'm going to show you that it runs, and that's all good. Again, we achieve reboot persistence by basically our install script just looks like this. We've got not ls, that won't work. We have our install script, which just copies this rem shell into the etc/rc.d and then changes the permissions on it. You will need to have root access as usual. And I'm assuming here that you have the ability to make the kernel modules on the machine that you want to infect. So the script looks really similar to the last one we wrote. We just say, hey, at boot, you're going to load this in, and then you're going to load that spawn program into user space. And the spawn program, if you remember, was the one responsible for, it's like the user space program that was constantly reading the device. When the device got the right payload written from the kernel, it would fork itself and then call exec and send a remote shell or reverse shell